your time.
All right. This lady, actually the first thing I should tell you is that my brother cannot smile and keep his eyes open at the same time. I don't know why, it's just something about him, he can't do it. The lady on the left is the best person I've ever known in my entire life. Everything she did was geared towards helping other people. She ran the 4-H in the county, and she met my brother, or my brother met her, I guess, and it completely changed my brother's life. He would not be going to school, he wouldn't have been as successful as he was in high school, and he wouldn't be the person he is right now if he hadn't met Jackie. The other thing is that Jackie was a smoker, and 2 weeks ago, Jackie died. It started as liver cancer, and it spread, and by the time she actually passed away, she had 7 different kinds of cancer. So my thesis statement is that tobacco use is detrimental to life and doesn't help anybody with anything. So the 3 things I'm going to talk about are the physical hazards of it, the hazards to the people around you of it, and then the effect it has on your bank account and your wallet. So everybody knows smoking causes lung cancer. That's like the big one. You see all the diagrams of the people with the normal lungs and then the people that smoke with the black and tar saturated lungs. But a lot of people don't know that it causes all of those. So that top paragraph is all the cancers that it causes, and then the other ones, my hands are shaking. The thing that sticks out the most to me when my dad's father was getting old, he smoked for his entire life, and the thing that I remember is when we would go to visit them. Well, we would have to go and sit down on the couch next to him. So, because if he stood up, he would cough for 10 minutes straight and hack up all kinds of nasty stuff. And so that was really the lung issues was really the thing that I remember about it. But it also causes heart disease, and it can actually even reduce your bone density. So when you get to be old, you break a lot of bones and that kind of stuff. It's just an awful thing. Smoking isn't the only kind of tobacco use. My father actually chews. And I harp on them all the time about it, but there's snuff, well there's chew, which is like the little leaves that you actually chew on. Nobody really does that anymore. And then snooze, I never even heard of. There's little packages, it's like little fabric things, and you put it in your mouth, and it's supposed to be safe to swallow.
Are those like the skull, they're white?
The little tin things?
Yeah, it's packed, so it doesn't
They make pouches of actual chew, but it's a different thing.
Gotcha.
And that increases the chances of oral, esophagus, stomach, and pancreatic cancer.
Is snuff the stuff that they actually snort up their nose so the tobacco drips down the back of their throat?
Nobody really does that anymore. So
okay.
It's snuff it's chew or snuff.
Okay.
It's kind of the same thing now.
But I know that was huge back in the medieval and Renaissance times.
Yeah. Actually, I lost both of my. I told you about my dad's dad. I actually lost my mother's dad to smoking as well. Wow. And smoking really is one of the main health risks in our society. They've really found vaccines or medications or some kind of drug that can fix or cure most diseases, but we really can't do much with cancer, at least to this point. They're working on it and they have treatments for it, but they can't cure it. Smoking, this is not what's supposed to be on here. There's supposed to be more, but that works, I guess. Smoking is detrimental to everybody around you, and not just yourself. My grandma, my dad's mom, my grandfather smoked all the time. He smoked for 40-something years. Her kids, 2 of her kids that lived right next to them, smoked all the time. All in their house, they all smoked in the house. And my grandma actually got lung cancer and having never smoked a cigarette in her entire life. You actually, any of us or people that haven't smoked, or not haven't smoked, but haven't smoked for any length of time, have about a 0.03% chance of developing lung cancer. And an average smoker, which is about 5 cigarettes a day, has about a 15% chance, and anybody that goes over that has almost a 25% chance of developing lung cancer in a lifetime. This is, I love that quote. It's from a book called Angela's Ashes by Frank McCourt. Smoking is a rich man's hobby and a poor man's practice. You really don't see many like rich, influential people that have a lot of money, smoking very often. I guess Obama used to smoke, but he doesn't anymore, I guess. That top number, my dad, I told you my dad chews, well, he dips technically, He's been doing it since he was about 16 years old. He's 48 now, just turned 48. And I talked to him about how much he actually did it. And I came up with that number. That's how much my dad has spent on chewing since he was 16 years old. So almost $20,000. He could use that to pay for me to go to school and pay for my housing. The other thing, and I told my mom this the other day, and she said, "Boy, I really would have liked to go on a trip somewhere with that $20,000 rather than have your dad kill himself." And I looked it up, and he could have taken. My mom's Irish, she's 3/4 Irish, and she's always wanted to go there. And I looked it up, and he could have taken my entire family, the 4 of us, to Ireland, put us up in a 5-star hotel for 2 weeks, eating at a 5-star restaurant every night, and still had enough money to buy a Rolex when he got back. And the bottom number is, I told you guys about Jackie. She smoked from when she was right about 16 or 17 to when she was 56 years old, when she died last month. And we calculated that number with her one day, and we figured out that would have covered all the costs she had with the cancer-related things that she had to pay for out of pocket. All right, so in closing, talk about the physical, the effects of tobacco, the effects it has on people around you, and that's not what I was supposed to do. And the effects it has on your bank account. And I harp on my dad all the time about quitting chewing because it drives me crazy and I don't want to see the guy die. And generally when I say something to him about it, he'll just tell me to shut up or that I could be, you be doing something else worse, which is very true. And the only time I ever really get a response out of him was one time I walked up and I had that exact picture, I handed him that picture, and I told him it was going to be sad the day when his grandkids were terrified of him because he looked like a Halloween costume. That's it.
Wow, nicely done. Nicely done.
A little golf clap.